It's time for the third aerial of our Fantastic Four pack. This is the Figure 4 Plus. Let's take a look at what it looks like.
All right.
From closed position, I lock her up, I bring her back, and then plus, and then up we go.
So, followers, it's definitely quite the ride, maybe even more so than the other one because it just keeps going.
Remember, this is based on the Figure 4 lockup. We're assuming that you've already learned that and comfortable with it. We're not going to review that.
All right, so then where do we start if we've already given them a beginning?
Well, we're in the lockup position, so we're going to get there.
All right.
So you get to the lockup position with your partner. Now from here, you're going to maintain the handhold. I'm going to drive my hips forward, lift up, and swing my partner onto my back. So let's just review that real quick.
All right, so followers, flyers, as that happens, because Kevin has retained the hand connection with me and he starts the energy going in the opposite way, I'm going to assume if he starts pushing against me, I should start pushing against him. I'm looking for frame connection, matching his frame. So when he pushes, I push equal and opposite, so that also helps me get around his body.
So you want to get comfortable with landing on the leader's back. So from a stationary position, my follower's going to jump onto my back and we're going to hold it. You ready?
Ready.
2 hands. There's the back position.
So from here, I feel like I've somewhat locked around Kevin. So as my knees are bent, that basically gives me the position, and I could hold there relatively
all day.
All day.
But we're not going to.
No. Ba-doom.
So from the lockup position, leaders, I drive my hips around, and then I constantly counter my body weight in opposition to my flyers, because if I was to bring my follow out in front of me and not do that, I would actually be pulled forward.
Follows, hold your shape, so as you come around, you're not this big wild wheeling thing, but instead you're something a little bit tighter and more compact. So as Kevin, or your leader, swings you around, you're already ready to be on your leader's back.
Now that we've gotten comfortable, so now we're going to show it from the lockup, the spin around to the back again, but we're going to show it from the opposite side. So I step across, I lock up my partner. From here, I relock.
Push off the
to back
connection,
bend.
stay locked.
There it is. All right, good.
Boom.
Now the final stage is going from on the back, you're going to flip your follow 180 degrees onto your right knee.
All right, so at this one follows, you just kind of have to let yourself be thrown over, and then I look for the ground with my toes. I can't see the ground, but I look for it with my toes, and then I want to be able to brace my body so that I don't snap my back in half. That would be terribly awful. So I'm prepared to come down and search for the floor.
Yeah, it's not called the back breaker. So we're going to get up to the back position.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now from here, I'm going to pull my follow this nice and slow. So now look where my knee is. I'm actually supporting my follow's lower back and bum so that it's not a full body slam onto the floor.
And so follows, I reach for the ground with my toes, and that's about the best I'm able to do because of how tall Kevin is.
Excellent. So we're going to do that one more time from the good side. So we jump onto the back. From this position, I slowly roll my follow, and then the feet can gently drop down, and then we can actually stand up.
So follows, the only other place of connection that I can use is I kind of pull against Kevin's back just as a little bit of resistance to help me lower myself down, even though it happens all in a flash of a second. But that's what I'm able to do to add to me being present and working through my part of the aerial.
The aerial becomes more impressive the more energy the leader puts into it. Things want to look snappy and quick as they're a surprise. If you do everything in slow motion, as we are in practice, then it just looks kind of like you're crawling over each other and not dancing. Follows, if you want to, while you're on the ground, if the leader pauses momentarily and there's something in the music, feel free to kick your legs a little bit before the leader goes up. So it can be really useful for if you're doing a choreography because you have lots of options to hit funky kinds of music.
Absolutely. You can also hit different shapes at the end, but that's a different kind of clip.
So we're going to show it to you one more time from a circle. Ready?
You're ready.
1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1.
You kind of get thrown around with it, but it's awesome.
Now let's show it to music.